Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and today I'm going to be talking about Superman, the Man of Steel by Brian Michael Bendis. That's right everybody, thanks for checking out the channel. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. Today I'm going to be talking about Superman, the Man of Steel by Brian Michael Bendis, because if you follow the weekly comic book review, which is a show we do here every week where I cover 30 to 40 plus of the new comic books releasing that week, you know that Brian Michael Bendis' Superman run started off strong for me and it's really started to wear thin on me. Now it's like every issue that comes out, it's a chore, it's a burden, and I'm just not liking it. So when stuff like this happens, sometimes, because I read so many comic books, I'm like, is this really actually the book itself? Or is it me getting bogged down with everything else? So sometimes I like to go back and reread things and check them out and see how it went. For instance, I remember loving The Man of Steel. So on the revisit, I still enjoyed this book. I thought it was great. I got the hardcover here. It's a nice edition. It's got some cool stuff. It's got a nice little indentation right there of the Superman symbol and a big old Man of Steel by Brian Michael Bendis. This has some of the greatest artists in comic books right now. You got Ryan Sook, you got Ivan Reis, you've got Jason Fabok, Adam Hughes, Steve Rude, Doc Shaner. So much talent is with Bendis on this book right here. I like the first story arc. So this was the initial launch of Brian Michael Bendis' Superman run, right? So this collects his story from the Action Comics 1000. It collects his stories from the DC Nation one-shot, the number 0 they did, and it also, of course, has the 6-issue miniseries Man of Steel. The basic gist of this story is that there's this new villain, Rogol Zar, or something like that, right? And he is responsible for the destruction of Krypton. He finds out that Superman and possibly other Kryptonians are still alive on the planet Earth, so he makes his way to planet Earth and just wreck shit. And that's exactly what happens in this book. There's also a little tease in here about Jonathan Kent, Lois Lane. They're missing. Where did they go? They start revealing that. It's tied in a little bit to Jor-El and some other stuff like that. After this, the book kind of starts going in a couple different directions. You get Action Comics dealing with a more urban, organized crime type thing, and then Superman maintained this like giant explosive superhero-ness and maintained the majority of the Rogol Zar story. But in The Man of Steel, both of those threads are kind of introduced, right? I really think that this series is pretty fun. It was a great introduction to the new concepts, the new characters. I think that Brian Michael Bendis still completely nails the character of Superman. I think he understands it. I have not been liking the book lately, but I do still like the way it started. So on my revisit, Man of Steel is still pretty strong for me. I want to know what you think about Man of Steel and revisit it before you let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. I'll throw a link down below in case you want to get caught up. There's a trade paperback version and of course this hardcover version that's pretty nice, pretty nifty little thing. I'll throw links down below in case you want to check them out and help support PCP at the same time. So all in all, I think Bendis' start on Superman is still pretty strong. We know what's coming, but still, even knowing what's coming, I really still enjoyed all 6 of these issues, plus the little things. It's big, it's explosive superhero action, the voice and character of Superman, it rings true for me. Like I said, you got some of the greatest artists in the industry working with Bendis. That's one of the best things about Bendis is he gets to pick from some of the absolute top talent in the industry to work with. But on the revisit, I still think it's strong. I still think it's solid. I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for checking out the video. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and join us over at popculturephilosophers.com for podcasts and a whole lot more. And I will be continuing my look through the Bendis run of Superman, my little revisit, trying to see where I think it started kind of falling apart. And maybe we'll start talking about that when we get to the next Bendis Superman video. Anyway, thank you so much for rocking with us. Keep on reading.